to talk about how how emotions are like calories, and how this has to do with manifesting illness and disease. And this was really interesting to me because I'm all about the mind-body connection. And I want to keep it really simple and really short so it doesn't get boring and unentertaining. And so calories, if we don't burn calories, they store, right? They store in our body somewhere, normally as fat, which then can, if we have too much fat, even if it's surrounding our organs and not on our bellies, that can help us manifest disease and illness. And so emotions are the same. They act in the same type of way. And if we access an emotion, let's think of emotions as calories. We get all of these emotions are coming up, and yet we're not burning them. We're not allowing them. We're not expressing our emotions. They will store, just like a calorie stores fat in the body to use later, to keep us safe. And so one interesting thing about this is we don't only store emotions in the brain, we store it in our body, we store it in our glands, in our organs, in our cells, in the water, in the tissue in our cells. And you can think of this, so with the emotional body connection, you can think of working out, and you can think of pushing yourself really hard. And it's this physical exercise, and then you get so much of this physical exercise that it starts to give you pain. And you're pushing because you want to finish it, and then eventually you get filled with emotion, whether that's anger, whether you start crying and bawling, whatever that looks like for you. That physical thing gave you an emotional response. So then, why can't our emotional responses, or lack thereof, produce a physical reaction? That only makes sense. It only makes sense in science. It only makes sense in my simple head. It only makes sense that if a physical thing like pain can produce an emotion like sadness, an emotional experience like crying, why can't our emotional experience produce something physical in the body? And so when they're not dealt with, when our emotions are pushed down and not looked at because they're scary and we don't want to see them, or for whatever reason we don't think we're a good person if we cry or get angry, that will then store in our body. And then since they're not taken care of and they're not looked at and loved and expressed, that can manifest as a physical disease. Hey Cheryl, hey Heather. So the emotions, when they're not expressed, get stored in our body, and then that emotional process that we aren't working through our body and we aren't expressing through gets stuck like a calorie gets put into fat, and the fat creates disease. The emotions get stuck in our cells, and the emotions help disease manifest in the body. And this is why it gets really interesting when disease can manifest based on what emotion is held back. So for my personal example, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and that's mostly in the digestive tract, right underneath the sternum. So they say that is the power side of the body. That part of the body is powerful. And for me, I've had a lot of abuse in the past, so I felt like my power, I wasn't stepping into my power, and funny thing, I got disease right in my gut. Some people have thyroid problems, throat cancer. This could be some emotional thing that you're not speaking up your truth. It could land anywhere in the body, but it's just really important to remember that your emotions are something just like calories. And if you don't have them in motion, if you don't look at them and process through them, they will store. And this will, just like calories stored as fat, show up as disease and illness. So I thought this was a really cool connection, and I wanted to share it. Please tell me if that made sense for you. Hi, Michelle. We're going out for Aaron's birthday today. Hi, Matt. So I need to go and we're going to Hunan if you want to come. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.